Who's fighting?
Not you anymore. You're too damn old. That's what they're saying.
Yeah.
They're saying Kyle Busch got soft. Won't throw.
I'll fight with anybody. I just got to get further up front.
No, is there still a little bit of dramatics in pit lane or anything in NASCAR still, or is the younger generation not about that?
Oh no, the younger generation is all about crashing before winning. So, they tend to just throw it in the corner alongside of you and just wipe you out more times than not.
Hey there, racing fans. Today we're diving into a thrilling NASCAR showdown at the Circuit of the Americas, featuring the intense clash between Kyle Busch and Christopher Bell, and the contentious penalty that rattled Chase Elliott's race. Buckle up as we break down the incidents, reactions, and the aftermath of a day filled with speed, spins, and controversies. Before we dive in, do subscribe to the channel. First up, let's talk about the fiery encounter between Kyle Busch and Christopher Bell. Kyle Busch had pinned his hopes to a top 5 finish at the just concluded race at Circuit of the Americas. Busch ran inside the top 10 for a major chunk until a hit on lap 40 dashed his hopes, and Christopher Bell was the culprit behind that. Bell had tasted victory just 2 weeks back and was evidently not satiated. He wielded his number 20 Joe Gibbs Racing Toyota and knocked away Kyle Busch in his quest for the lead. In a gripping battle for position, Bell nudged Busch's number 8 Chevy, causing a spin that sent waves through the pit road post-race.
Moments ago, Christopher Bell, Kyle Busch.
Not clear.
Now, despite all of this, there has not been a caution for cause on the racetrack.
Despite managing to finish 9th, Busch's frustration boiled over, leading to a heated exchange that caught everyone's attention. Kyle Busch, known for his rowdy persona, didn't hold back in expressing his frustration. And Busch was there to remind Bell that there's more to be worried about than a close shave with victory. Media people crowded around Busch as he strutted towards Bell's car with a terrifying look in his eyes. He faced Bell and initially uttered some words which the microphones could not catch, but then he was audible and was heard saying, "Have I ever wrecked you?" To which Bell calmly replied, "No." Then Rowdy warned him fiercely, saying, "Okay, it's coming." Christopher Bell attempted to shake his hand, but Busch dramatically declined the peace offer. His stern warning to Bell post-race hinted at deeper racing etiquette issues and the intense competitive spirit defining NASCAR's elite. Christopher Bell expressed regret over the incident, especially since both drivers previously shared a team bond at Joe Gibbs Racing. Busch has reminded his fellow drivers time and again to take him seriously. If they ruffle his feathers, they are in for a rowdy treat. Bell nearly pulled off a second season win before Byron outwitted him by a meager 0.692 seconds. Although Christopher Bell's calm demeanor is laudable, he had also irked a Hendrick Motorsports driver at the COTA race. On lap 22, Bell spun Kyle Larson, who was also battling hard for a top 5 place. In response to both Busch and Larson's wreck, Bell gave a diplomatic response for his antics.
I mean, yeah, obviously he's very upset, which, he ended up turned around. And, first off, I'm sorry to Larson in the 5 car. I got him earlier in the race by no intention at all. I didn't mean to do that. But, KB is frustrated about what happened in turn 1. And I don't know, they were too wide going in there. I haven't obviously seen a replay yet. I had no intentions of turning him, and I'm sure we'll talk it out.
While Bell took responsibility for spinning out Kyle Larson, he claimed the contact with Busch was unintentional.
Kind of took the blame for the Larson one, but the Busch one was a little bit different. Is that what you were saying?
Well, I mean, I just don't know. Larson, I made a mistake, right? And I got into the back of him and spun him out. But KB, he opened his entry up and then tried the crossover whenever I was running my line. So had I known that he was going to come across the racetrack, I would have braked a little bit, but I never expected him to do that. So I don't know. I haven't seen a replay either. So I'll need to see a replay.
This confrontation was not just about the spin, but a culmination of high stakes and racing tensions. Diving deeper, Bell's aggressive strategy and 2 pit stop plan showed his determination to lead, evident from his early stage win and rapid final stage pace.
So Bell will come around to get the green and white checkered flag to end stage number 1. Green checker for Christopher Bell. Second stage win this year for Bell and his first ever at Circuit of the Americas.
However, his aggressive maneuvers led to clashes with top contenders like Larson and Busch. These incidents underlined the razor-thin line between assertive racing and costly errors, showcasing the strategic depth and high-pressure environment of NASCAR racing. Switching gears, let's delve into another hot discussion from the COTA race, Chase Elliott's penalty debacle. On lap 39 of the Cup Series race at the Austin track, Elliott was issued a pass-through penalty for cutting through corners. The chicanes are the only part of the course that has track limits enforced, and Elliott blew through turn 4.
Watch the number 9.
Yeah, the car bounced right there wrong, and he had to correct it to keep it going straight and just wound up way to the inside in turn 4.
I mean, it happened.
This only took the momentum away from the number 9 HMS Chevy, despite his crew chief Alan Gustafson exclaiming, "He got loose, NASCAR!" To further his case, during the race, Elliott also radioed back to Gustafson, "Show them the data or something if it'll help." As per the team, the HMS driver got loose and had to correct a slide, eventually leading him to miss his line. His crew chief, Alan Gustafson, even went to appeal the penalty since it was incidental and not intentional. Unfortunately, NASCAR enforced the penalty, and the current most popular driver award holder for the Cup Series wasn't excused. While the number 9 team tried to get NASCAR's attention, the organization snubbed their own golden boy.
Chase Elliott, he was one of those who got penalized for violating track limit rules here at COTA today. There weren't as many in the Cup race as there were in the Xfinity truck race yesterday, but still plenty enough to have people debating whether they're good or they're bad. Obviously, Chase gets loose and then gets in violation of those rules. Just a rough deal for him, a rough deal for many, because sometimes you're just following somebody and you're not really able to see exactly where you're at, and you violate the track limit rules. As I said, it's a road course. These are S's. They're supposed to be driven somewhat like S's. So I get where NASCAR's coming from and wanting to enforce that area. The big question is just how do they do it?
Despite arguments from his team about the unintentional nature of the incident, NASCAR stood firm on its decision, sparking debates and fan outrage. This call from NASCAR was not only surprising for the Hendrick Motorsports team, but also the Elliott fans. However, the incidents at COTA stirred the NASCAR community, with fans voicing their discontent over Elliott's penalty and the aggressive on-track encounters. Social media buzzed with opinions, supporting drivers, criticizing decisions, and showcasing the passionate engagement of the NASCAR fan base. However, what is interesting to note is that one of the most prominent insiders, Brett Griffin, took NASCAR's side. He stirred the pot when he said the plea from the number 9 team was itself wrong. The racing community's response to these events underscores the emotional and unpredictable nature of the sport, where every turn can lead to drama and every decision can become a headline. In conclusion, the COTA race weekend was a roller coaster of emotions, strategies, and confrontations. From Kyle Busch's fiery confrontation with Christopher Bell to the controversial penalty against Chase Elliott, the events unfolded a narrative rich with competition, controversy, and conversation. As the dust settles, these incidents will not only shape the drivers' approaches in upcoming races, but also continue to fuel the fervent discussions among fans and experts alike. The track is not just a battleground for speed, but a stage for drama, strategy, and the relentless pursuit of racing glory. These were few of the intense happenings at the Circuit of the Americas. What are your thoughts on it? Do hit that like button, share and subscribe for more race updates and everything NASCAR. Until next time, keep the conversation going on Lucky Dog on Track.